Hello guys, this is Firexfred and I'm giving you a shoutcast here. It's actually been so long since I've done one of these, almost 3 weeks I think, maybe even longer. I got busy with finals for school and stuff, and then I went home for spring break, and my parents, living in the dark ages, do actually have internet. So I could not do any of this, really any sort of StarCraft thing at all, and I was very upset about that. But coming back, it is so exciting. We are in a new season now on the ladder. There is a new patch out with a bunch of fun things now for me as an observer, as a replay observer, such as the name bar as we see here. That's pretty nice to have. I'm going to turn it off just for now. Actually, I'm going to leave it on. But for now, as you see from that very fancy name bar, we do have aTnDarKFoRcE as our blue Zerg player down here in the bottom left. And the map is Terminus RE. It is a GSL map. If you haven't seen it before, it's a huge map as you see here from the minimap. But first, really quick, MouzMana as our yellow Protoss buddy over here in the right, in the what we'll call the 3 o'clock position. And just a real quick tour of the map. You have your main base here, ramp down to your natural with a very easily defended choke, and then you have another third base here which has a rich Vespene geyser. You actually get 6 Vespene per trip on that one, but there is only one of them here, and of course there's only 6 mineral patches and they only have 1,000 as compared to the 1,500 here and the 1,500 of the normal stuff. So we're going to see aTnDarKFoRcE, of course a German Zerg player, European Zerg, very good Zerg. When you think of the European Zergs, there are not very many. You kind of go, well, there's Moro, and there's Darkforce, and then you after that you're kind of really struggling to find really super good players. There's a couple other ones like Stefano, just off the top of my head that I know, but not really nerd ballers. But of course Darkforce is one of these absolute nerd ballers. And we do see the very quick command center, or not command center, Nexus coming down for MouzMana on this huge map like this. He does have the forge down. He's probably going to get some cannons up. Going to get the gateway first. He knows the timings very well, having done this probably many times. He's going to get that gateway first and then a cannon. That is something you can actually afford to do, and it's very reasonable. The only thing that you really have to worry about is he doesn't even see an expansion yet. He does see that these Zerglings coming down, probably going to be an expansion, as that is what you will almost always see Zergs do. He does see that drone coming down here, and he's probably going to see it. Yep, he does. Well, I'm not entirely sure if he sees it, but it's pretty. He doesn't actually see it being put down, and that's why this probe is coming out here right now. That's actually one of the most important things about this build. If you watch GSL at all, you'll hear Artosis talking about this a ton. You have to be able to make sure that you can get a probe somewhere in the base to make sure that he's not going to try and roach bust you. And we do see a roach warren coming down, so we're going to see, sometimes you'll see this hatchery actually be cancelled, and just a really quick one base roach coming out. And if you do see that, you're going to have to put down a ton more cannons, probably 2 to 3 more cannons than you would have had down already. And MouzMana actually taking guys off gas there for a little bit. And we see this probe coming in. You're going to try and figure it out. He does see that this hatchery goes down, but he doesn't actually know about this roach horn, and that's actually huge. He probably should have hidden a probe maybe here to try and get in, maybe even hidden a probe back here. But of course Darkforce, knowing that he's going to try and probably do this roach bust, we're not. Yep, we do see on the production tab 5 roaches on the way. Notice how he had just enough gas to get 5 roaches, and then he pulled them off, and he's probably going to be rallying in Zerglings as they are quicker. So the roaches are going to head over, and then the Zerglings are going to come in after them and be able to catch up with them. And we see a Stargate going to be put down for MouzMana. That is not going to be able to help him anytime soon. Right now is when he would need to be putting down those extra cannons for them to even help at all. These roaches slowly making their way over, and we see nothing but units being made right now. 14 Zerglings are on their way. Looks like Darkforce even missed an entire larva inject at this point, so he could have a lot more units. But at this point, there is only one Zergling, or one Zealot, I should say, and 2 cannons out right now. We're gonna have to see if aTnDarKFoRcE is going to be able to take this out. It looks like he does break down that one cannon. Roach is going to probably target down this other cannon right here as the Zerglings coming to take care of these probes coming off the line. A couple more cannons coming out, but is it going to be enough? That one stalker being pretty well protected by these pros, but a bunch more zerglings coming in. Going to probably be able to surround this. Yep, they surround the stalker. Those cannons were about to go down, and the GG coming down from MouzMana. So remember, when you're doing your cannon expand builds, Protoss buddies, you have to absolutely make sure that a roach bust is not coming your way. More zerglings were about to be streaming in. And if we look at the income tab, actually just 14 drones being made that entire time for Darkforce. So that is something that's one way to punish this sort of very, very greedy style, to actually have no units basically and go all the way for Stargate, I should say. That's actually playing pretty greedy as far on the Protoss side, and they've been getting away with it a lot. But stuff like this is now just coming around and helping our Zerg buddies out a lot. So that's a very quick game, but this is a best of 3. So go ahead and check out the next game. It'll be on my channel over at youtube.com/Firexfredtv. Hopefully that one will be a little bit longer and I can talk a little bit more about the players. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Go check that other VOD out.